What is going on, wonderful people of the internet? It is Mesa Sean, and we are looking at some beautiful Destiny beta PvP multiplayer. And I wanted to revisit a subject I covered in a previous video, annotated right now, on PvP normalization. And the reason why I want to do this is because I'm getting a lot of feedback from people that I'm friends with on PSN, people that I played the game with, just various banter and chat we've had in lobbies, as well as some other people on the forum, and just really want to try my best to clear up some misconceptions, to not scare people off from playing multiplayer. So one of the common things that I'm hearing is that, you know, PvE is fun, it's a little repetitive, PvP is just way too hard. I can't compete with these guys that are level 8s and have all their armor upgraded and all the best guns in the game, and I die instantly and it takes forever for me to down someone. And that is frankly scaring people away from multiplayer, or at least the people that I've spoken to. I mean, it's not fun going into a game and getting murked like that instantly, but I deserved it. I didn't have shots on that guy, and he obviously had his head and torso shots on me. So that's kind of what I wanted to get into real quick, guys. I'm going to put an image on your screen in 2 seconds right after I get this headshot, okay? Now look at that. I got a headshot, and if you noticed, a bunch of 30 numbers were popping off him as I was shooting him. Just keep that in mind. That's where I'm going. Here's the image right here. We're not going to go over it again. I'm going to link it in the description. You can read it at your own. But I just want to break it down simply again. PvP, okay, is normalized compared to PvE. So what that means simply, and remember guys, this is not for veterans. This is not for Halo, veterans and, Destiny experts. This is for people like me who are brand new to the franchise, brand new to this type of game, and are struggling with it. Because when I first came into the game, I was getting my ass mauled, and by the end of beta, I was doing really well. I think this game, I have it written down somewhere. I put up, I think I got 14 kills and a 1.27 KD, which is pretty good for me. I was happy with that. I'm not a beast game player at all, and I never claimed to be. So what I basically want to break down first is that, look, when it comes to PvE and PvP, look at that, stab, foul. When it comes to PvE and PvP, it's normalized, okay? The defense and attack somewhat goes out the window, and I say somewhat because when it comes to attack, you can pretty much figure that goes out the window, and here's how, okay? The impact on the weapon is going to have a difference, okay? So if you take two weapons that have different impacts in multiplayer PvP, the one with the higher impact is going to do better against that person if they get into a one-on-one gunfight. But then you got to take into consideration range. Then you also got to take into consideration the rate of fire, okay? But what I mean by that attack goes out the window is, let's say, because this brings up a perfect point right here. Love that golden gun. I had someone say to me that, well, I was getting destroyed by these level 8s because they got level 8 guns and I'm level 4, blah, blah, blah. If a level 4 person has a gun, and let's say that gun has an impact, I'm going to make a random number, an impact of 80, okay? And he goes up against a one-on-one gunfight with a level 8 guy who has a different gun, but the same exact impact of level 8, they both have the same exact chance of downing each other, okay? Now that's not taking into consideration range and rate of fire and all that stuff, okay? What I'm basically trying to say is it doesn't matter if someone's got a level 8 gun and you're only level 4 with a level 4 gun. If you're both using the same exact gun, you both have an equal chance of downing each other. There's most of the guns in level 8, like here, I use the Sidonia AR3. That's my favorite gun. Why? Not particularly because it has a high rate of fire or because it has great impact. For me, it's got manageable recoil, and I love that sight. That's my favorite sight. And I couldn't find the Shinjin C, but everyone was telling me that that gun was overrated and that the Sidonia technically is a better weapon. And I looked at the stats on the Shinjin. It has a pretty high rate of fire, and I don't do well in high rate with guns that are high rates of fire, especially in this particular game. I love being far away from people where I have plenty of time to try to focus my shot. And most of the guns, pretty much have very similar impacts. There was a ton of level 8 guns that had the same exact impacts and really similar stats to the guns I was unlocking at level 2 and 3 or 4, whatever, it doesn't matter. When I did my Warlock first, then I did the Titan, and when I started on the Hunter, obviously I had much more experience with playing multiplayer throughout beta, and I was mauling people. Again, I'm not a beast, alright, let me take that back. I was still doing incredibly well in multiplayer with the quote-unquote shitty low-level guns. Why? because it's normalized, and I was using weapons that were offered to me at that low level that have a very similar or same impact or range and all the stats that the level 8 guys. They had no advantage over me. So you really got to look at it from that perspective, guys. It is truly normalized. Now let's talk about armor, which is basically the same thing. Defense pretty much goes out the window. What you want to do when you choose your armor is you want to choose it on what it's going to do for abilities. Hold on real quick. 20, 20, 20, 30, 30, 30. There we go. Headshot. We'll lead into that in a second. With armor, you want to choose the ones that are going to give you an advantage on the battlefield, not necessarily the highest defense or make your defense number go up the highest. What do I mean by that? A lot of the armor that you unlock from the Cryptarch and just, from completing co-op missions will be an uncommon one. It'll have a green background. Read on there and see what it does to your strength, your discipline, and your intellect. That's where you take advantage of armor in multiplayer. Let's say one particular glove might give you a reduction in cooldown time for your grenade, so it cools down really fast. Another one may give you some sort of bonus if you get a kill with a Nova Bomb. No, I think one of them is while you're armed with the golden gun, if you melee someone or knife someone, you get some sort of bonus. I don't know. But you're going to have no advantage if you just choose the highest armor and have the highest defense rate against someone else in PvP, because it's going to make no difference whatsoever. And I just completely failed there. So, in a nutshell, you want to choose the armor that's going to give you the best advantage on the battlefield in terms of your abilities, and you want to choose the guns that you're the most accurate with, okay? Because it's really about accuracy, accuracy, accuracy. And the reason why I quickly stopped and pointed there again, 20, 20, 20, 30, 30, 30. This gun it rewards 100% accuracy in this game. This is not Call of Duty where you shoot a guy in the knee and you just took 50% of his health. This game rewards accuracy, and it's all about headshots and torso shots. And it's pretty cool, actually, because you can see what you're doing when you're shooting someone. You see the damage fly off them, and you see them go, they're gray. If you're just shooting them in, say, limbs, you'll see 10, 10, 10, as your shots are landing. And then as you start getting closer to the torso and to the head, then you start seeing 20, actually 30, 30, 30. See, 20s and 10s will still show up gray, so I just clipped that guy right there. Didn't do much to him. But when you're going for, for the kill, you got to go for the head and you got to go for the torso. So that's kind of what I just wanted to relay across in this video, guys. I'm trying to keep my videos short because I talk way too effing much. But I just wanted to address this again because I feel like too many people that I've spoken to in my friends list on PSN, see, 30-30, you drop that guy real fast, okay? Because my shots happen to be on. It goes back to, in one of my other videos, I call it panic shooting or panic aiming, which is I get frantic when I've come across an enemy and I'm desperately trying to get my shots on the torso and the head as quickly as possible. And it doesn't always work out for me like that. See there, I just clipped him, right, so I took 20. Didn't do much to him at all. And I think that's what you're experiencing with getting murked so quick, is that, yeah, these level 8 guys have been playing a ton and they got their shots on. I had a total blast playing multiplayer the whole time. I didn't really think it was that hard at all once I got the hang of the fact and just came to grips with I need to use the abilities for my armor to give me the benefit on the battlefield, and I gotta get my shots on the torso and in the head. And if I don't, I'm gonna get murked like I got murked right here. So when the final game comes out, I'm really hoping they have some sort of private matches or private lobbies where you could set up and go in and basically do the same thing you would do in multiplayer, so I could really prove this. 'Cause right now, basically you got to take my word for it, and you got to take the word of the Destiny, the game subreddit, because that's where I got this information from, and they all confirmed it. Once we get in the full game, I think the first thing I'm going to want to do is prove this by doing a custom lobby and testing out the different guns, defenses, and armor, and showing you that it truly is normalized. So that's it for me, guys. If you enjoyed this content, please drop me that like. If you don't already follow me on Twitter, it's @MesaSean, and please follow my stream. It's twitch.tv/MesaSean. I am streaming constantly, and when Destiny Beta drops, I will be streaming a ton. So that's it, guys. I'm out of here. Thanks.